You want to lock in your trades, and you also want to protect your downside at the same time.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of AmericanDreamTrading.com's live futures and education training. This is an outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com, which was founded by Chad Christian. He owns it. He manages it. It's incorporated also by Chad Christian, who we affectionately call Coach. And why do we call him that? Because he helps us navigate the muddy waters of everything investing, such as stocks, options, crypto, and futures, day trading, swing trading, long-term investing, dividend income, covered calls, cash secure puts, you name it. If it can be invested in, Coach educates us on how to do those things. I'm Mark McSee. I'm your moderator here at AmericanDreamTrading.com, and I'm glad you could be here. Yes, there are some artifacts in my background. I had to have to tweak some more settings. Hopefully work on that later. So glad you could be with us today. We're here to talk about everything futures, and we'll try to do our best to answer any questions you have as time allows. So if you have any questions, feel free to type them down into your social media chat box. So glad you could be here today. We had a pretty good day. Matter of fact, I would go as far as to say it was an account changing day for many today here at American Dream Trading. We had off the rough start again this morning, which we kind of expected because, man, it was choppy in the pre-market time at the London Open. It was okay then, and it got kind of rough and choppy, not too far into the London Open at 3 a.m. Eastern time. And why isn't that loaded? There we go. So I traded the mostly gold, well, about 95% gold this morning before the market opened. I did very well on that, trading like 5 contracts at a time. I took it easy. It was a little bit choppy, but rode out 5 contracts in and out, up and down, all around, sideways. So gold was actually pretty good. Then we had a lot of chop. I mean, it was rough going right off the get-go. The New York session opened there at 9:30 Eastern. A lot of chop, lot of chop. This is at 10:30. The initial part here, this is NQ, by the way. A lot of ups and downs. These candles don't really, it's kind of hard to see it, but there was a lot of chop over here. It was just, it would have wrecked your account, right, if you're not careful. So it doesn't look so bad after the fact. Well, I could have rode that candle up or rode that candle down. Yeah, but what this doesn't show you is these candles were going, they were all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, halfway down, all the way up, all the way. It was kind of chaotic. Then around 10 o'clock-ish, right, things started slowing down a little bit. That's why Coach educates us to wait the first half hour, let the market settle down, let it pick a direction. And it kind of did settle down a little bit. It went straight up, and then at 10 o'clock here, there wasn't really any economic news today of value, of concern, just other than the influx of volume at 10 a.m., what we call shift change. That's all it is. It's just volume comes in. It's neither good nor bad. Doesn't mean it's going up. It doesn't mean it's going down. It is what it is. So then it rode down. And then after that, what time was that? 10:30-ish? Yeah, a little after 10:30. It really calmed down. And this is what I'm talking about, account changing days. I mean, these here alone are really good, right? And after 10:30, it hasn't looked back. If you'd have rode that bad boy up, I was in a lot of that. Earlier, I traded till about, I don't know. I was out before noon. I might have quit trading, I don't know, a little bit after 11-ish maybe. I forget. I had a very good day. Let's just put it that way. And I'm like, you know what? I'm taking my ball. I'm taking my profits. I'm cashing out, cashing in my chips and calling it a day. You know, there's an over 800 tick climb just right there. And how much is NQ worth a tick? $5 a tick. 5 times 8 is 48. And if you had 100 contracts, right, add an extra zero, two extra zeros at the end of that, that's the kind of money you could have made today, right? So had a very good day, as you can see here, whether you traded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. It was a very good profitable day. And this wasn't the only one like that. ES similar, right? A little bit more. Actually, I think it was actually a little bit smoother ride, wasn't it not? Let me see. I forget now. So there's ES on the way up, right? It was a little bit rougher, but they look identical overall, right? There's the chop, there's the rise up to 10 o'clock, there's the climb at 10:30. ES, your major indices, right? Went up. Now, the Russell was really rough earlier. I never did go back and look at the Russell personally. We have a lot of members that like trading this. I didn't trade.
One of my faves, but it was just chop suey.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's horrible there. Yeah, that was a bad boy. That's in a channel chop. It's not that you can't make money in there, but you're going to have to earn it, right? You're going to have to be laser focused to trade that. So,
Really did earn it today.
yeah.
That's too much.
Yeah, that's just, there's no reason to sit in that if you don't want to, right? But you can see it was in this channel, right? You could trade the channel up and down. It's just a lot of work, right? You never really know how far. YM had its moments, but it was kind of the same way, right? You had the big climb here at the beginning, right? This one acted a little bit different. Chop at the beginning, rode up here up to 10 o'clock, came back down like the NQ and ES did, then rode back up. And then the Dow actually did not go in a nice, steady arc upward. It went up and down, up and down, up and down, which is fine. I love trading those kind of things, right?
Loves those kind of
Oh, I do too. I love them.
up and write it down. That's that little roller coaster.
Yeah.
Mountain bike hills, those are perfect.
Oh, I love it.
Both ways.
I love it, right? Because they usually will bounce kind of the same way. And as you can see, it bounced off this bottom line of the regression channel, right? And this is part of Coach's 3.0 indicators that you get with your paid membership. So look at that. That's good. That's not a bad. That's better than the Russell. Let's put it that way, right? This here, you could have just took a nap in the NQ and ES once it got in here, right? Look at that. That's a snooze fest there of making profit. There's a 50 grand trade right there just sitting there waiting on you. All you gotta do is click the mouse button once. Right. Crystal says, what do you like to trade? Anything that'll give me money. NQ is my current favorite on the indices. I used to trade ES all the time. And then I switched over to the NQs because I used to trade the QQQs and in the stock option world. So got back to that. It's kind of my jam as far as indices go. But if it's not paying, I'll go trade whatever. Russell, I don't care. Dow. I also like trading gold, platinum, silver when it's available. The availability and meets all my criteria, which is not that often. Oil occasionally, not as much as I used to. But basically, I've been hanging out in NQ probably more than anything. I would say the bulk of my trades have been in NQ, which is the most volatile of the major indices, by the way. Most risky, if you want to say it that way. All investments have an element of risk. You have to be able to accept that risk. Do I consider it risk? I don't. No, I'm just trading to trade. A chart's a chart, it's a chart. But it is a volatile chart, and you have to trade it accordingly. All right, what do we got over here? What's up with TikTok? What's up in the low numbers over here? TikTok, if you're over there, if you come in there, I see Doug and Nomad and Calvin and Crystal, OED, and Kevin. You guys, whoever's all in here right now, if you type in a 1 into the box, that'll make it look like we're very active, which we are. But let's type something in there just to get the logarithm, right, going. You can do the same thing over there on the YouTubes and Facebook and Twitch and Twitter and Kicks and all of them. We're on all the major social media networks. Also on LinkedIn. So check that out also. And we got J-Dog in the house. You locked in $200 on MES on that run. Fantastic. Holy cow, J-Dog. He is getting it. He's learning. It's starting to clicky-click with him. Good to see that. bit iffy. You know what, Doug? I got to thinking, who's the other member we had on YouTube a while back? Remember, he hung out for a while and then he joined for, I think he bought monthly. Whatever happened to that dude? I can't remember his name now. Haven't seen him in here lately. Let's see. Anyway, J-Dog Doug over there hanging out, talking, having a chit-chat, and there's darn Cricket popping in there also. Good to see you guys.
Ran out of time. He came in and didn't have the time, or his schedule changed or something.
Something
like that.
happened. Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah. Good do, though.
Good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure he'll be back. $200 on MES. That's huge on MES, matter of fact. Was that in an EWO trade there, J-Dog, or was that just a little scalps here and there? Good job either way, however you did it. So whatever you're doing, it works, right? Thank you, John, and Good Clean Fun, and Eli and Lucas for joined, and there's Tony Lynn joined in again, and Lucas B. Thank you. If this is your first time here today, make sure you click subscribe. Make sure you click share this feed, like, and your notification button. The same routine you would do anything. Yeah, right. There we go. Keither, crude oil. Yep, had a beautiful ride. Yes, it did. There was some chaos going on in that earlier. Man, there were some big candles, dumps, and stuff in there earlier. Oop, I got disconnected there. Let me see here. There were some huge, look at these big candles. And I think it's kind of looks more like institutional dumping the orders, stopping people out. Look, bang, 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 right? Wonder if there's 11 o'clock. There's 5 o'clock. There's 10. Imagine that. They're on an even hour. There's 4 o'clock. And there's 10 o'clock. Do we see something going on here? We might want to keep an eye on that, us oil traders. Look at that, them big candles. 10 on the even hour, top of the hour, right? 10. There's another one. 5. There's another one. 11. Might want to put that in your little journal. Does that sound like...
You got NQ on the screen.
What? Oh, sorry. I'm looking at my other monitor, which is on my other system, which I'm not currently running. Let's make this so we all understand. Thank you for that, by the way. I'd have carried on like that the rest of the night. Let me get this to load up here. Takes a few seconds. This laptop's struggling a little bit. Okay. Well, tick, 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 tick. All right, we'll come back to it. I'll show you here in a minute. Let that load up. Oh, it's doing that. So you're sitting there looking at a blank screen. Oh, where were we? Oh, let's see. All right, we're low over here. Let me look on here, make sure tick-tock. Why is my visibility restricted? I have nothing on here that would cause a restriction, nor have I played anything that would be offensive to them. So and TikTok does that every 5 days or so. It seems like they just randomly do it. Right? It is what it is. We'll just deal with it. Nothing I can do about it, right? So, all right, where was I at? Here, Trading View load up here on this new tab. I want to do this. I want to bring up oil. One moment, please. Yeah, I got a new green screen behind me and went to set it up. Got everything all situated last night. Of course, it was a different lighting in here at that time at night. So we'll get that tweaked up here again. I thought I had her, but I can see a line on there. It's driving me insane, of course. Anyway, NQ, we'll watch this here. Well, the Russell's still hanging out there. It's taking this thing so long here. That make no sense. Come on. Thank you, L. Joe, for liking the thing here. Click them like buttons, if you would. Still waiting here on this to load up. Why it's taking so long, I do not know. But I guess you don't really want to stare at a black screen, do you? And what we came here for. So wait, I'll just check from time to time if it comes back. Not. Let me do it this way. This is probably the quicker way. There we go. Let's take a look at this. Put this in your journal. You might want to be watching for something like this. The big gamma candles. 12. What was that ones I was talking about? Over here. Oh, the big dumps. That's what I was looking for. All right, let me stretch this out a little bit. So, big gamma candle, 1 o'clock, right? Big gamma candle, 1:30. Big gamma candle, 2 o'clock, right? Look at them. Oh, never mind. I had that on a 1 hour chart on the outside. Why don't this look the same? This is a 1 hour chart I was looking at up here on oil because we were talking about swing trading. But I will tell you, on a 1 hour candle, it dumps on those hours. So I put this on a 1 hour chart. So is this a thing? A regularly scheduled thing, should I say? Let's take a look. All right. Spread this out a little bit for you. All right. So you can see these big candles here, right? 10 o'clock. That's in the morning. 10 o'clock. 4 a.m. 10 a.m. 5 a.m. Do we see a little pattern here? Huh? On the hour kind of things, right? 8 a.m., which that usually does happen. That's during, there it is at 2. There it is at 11. There it is at 1. There it is at 12. And then right there at 2. So you might want to take a look at that, write that down. Maybe that's something will help in your trading. I don't know. You'd have to go back in history, go back on the chart and see if those same things tend to happen around that time again, right? There you go. Didn't even charge you extra for that information. Just an observation. It's amazing what you do. I learn something new every day. It's amazing. That was crude oil on a 1 hour chart. All right, let's get back to the task at hand. All right. Let's see if we can find something here to trade. Right now, everything's just kind of It's been on this ride up, glorious ride up all day here since, whatever, 10:30-ish. I would expect some profit trade taking here eventually, right? Wouldn't you? That would just seem like a normal thing here. I'm going to take this EWO off here so I can have more screen for my chart. All right.
I think you use a big double top on the 1 hour chart.
Okay. Yeah. Is that what it was? All right. Let's see. What else we got? Thank you, Mosey, for them gifts. And you became number 22 in the fan club. Excellent. Hey. All right. So we'll see if this breaks and holds. I can always play this down to my gold level at that 400. I will take profit before it gets that far. That I will tell you, if it comes down. Of course, breaking and holding below that didn't get very far to go, so it would have to be a quick scalp, quite honest with you, if I'm going to do such a thing, right? Not looking to, it hasn't broken held below that yet. But see, I got this gold line here. Why do I got all these other lines on here? These lines don't need to be on there. I must have accidentally clicked or something and added the lines. I don't need all them, that's for sure. Or accidentally slid them up from somewhere else, like probably down here maybe. That would make more sense. So I got this gold level, this 400, 22,400 level. That's been on there for a while. I know that's a strong level. I made it gold on purpose, right here. Matter of fact, I even locked it there so I didn't accidentally erase it. But it's coming up now anyway. So I would expect this to have strong resistance to the downside if it would come down. What else we got? Anything else we can trade here? What do we see? Is that everything else just kind of taking a nap. You'll have days like this.
MBT been on a rally all day. Bitcoin, the crypto, the MBT.
Oh, if you insist, I'll go look at it. All right, let's see here. MBT. Micro Bitcoin. Like that. How can I trade that? Well, I've never traded it. So let me take a look here. What would I possibly do so that I can get in this and possibly trade that? Well, first of all, I got to have a roadmap of some kind, right? I got to know where these levels and different things are at. I just can't go in here trading blindly, hitting buy and sell. That don't make any sense at all, does it? So I want to go find places that are common where they tend to top each other out, right? I want to get me some lines on my chart. We'll go down here. I don't want gold lines, that's for sure. Let me make these white. All right. All right.
That was probably a gold level too, because it's on the 55 right there.
Yeah.
Go to regression trend channel.
Right here. I keep forgetting to set shortcuts up on this. And I got a little bit of a top there by the looks of it. Nope, I gotta go up here. I gotta remember to set up. I got shortcut keys on my. And there's a level there. I'm just slapping. This take me a little longer because I'm trying to see what I'm doing here. You know, I got levels down here. So what you want to do? I'm just doing here 4-hour lines, right? It only takes a few seconds. I'm kind of in an awkward place here with that. So now I'm going to bring it down to a 2-minute level. I might refine it by adding some extra lines in here. I got to see what it looks like. Actually, it probably doesn't really matter right now because it's already at the top of that channel, right? Is that what you just said, Ralph?
Yeah.
Must have been where I heard it from, huh?
Yeah.
So I got some down here, some going-ons down here. I could put a line there. You know, I got some. What I'm doing is I'm looking at historical levels, right? Now I have something I can work with. I have some historical levels. So what do I see in here? I'm seeing right now that I don't want to trade this. Oh, why is that? Well, because I identified that in the first few seconds. I'm at the top of the channel. I'm diddling in the middle right here, right now. If this will break and hold below there, then I might take a quick trade on it, right? Get in, get out, take my money and run, right? I'm going to put this on a 1 minute, right? Let me see here so I can be a little bit more reactive to it. You can trade on whatever time frame you want, right? So whatever makes you happy. Generally, scalpers will trade on a 1 minute. I have been scalping off the 2 minute lately. So anyhow, here's my issue is I'm at the bottom of this channel here on a 1 minute chart, and I don't have any lines, but I can see this top wanted to top out about right in there. Earlier on the ride up, right? Kind of flattened out. So I would expect this to come down here and top of this out here. So let's see if that bounces off there or not. I need to, we'll just go 100 there and be done with it. 100 and take away 1, make an even amount, just for giggles. There we go. We'll see what happens here. If it's going to be at this 55, as I might play the bounce up if it does that. If not, I'll play it to the downside. We'll see what happens here.
You will signal right now too.
Yeah, well, this is a 1 minute chart. You see on my screen? Yeah, you see on my chart. All right.
I don't know if I had a one chart that I'm looking at. I'm like, why I ain't got no he will signal.
Okay, now, what do I do? What's my entry criteria? My entry criteria is wait for a break and hold at critical levels. Why do I do that? And I did this on purpose. Here's my level that I already drew before I started any trading. I always wait for a break and hold below. I entered this trade without waiting on the break and hold, which is what this candle is, my and hold candle, my confirmation candle, per se, right? Now, I entered this. I actually expected this to bounce back up. But once again, trying to prove a point, don't do this, and I'm making money anyway. But I'm watching for this candle to have a little bit of oomph to the downside before I enter the trade. Now I would enter the trade, all right? I really expected this to go back up because it paused there, and it still might. But there I am. I'm up $200, right there. Fake money, obviously. This is my paper trading account. So let me slide this stuff down here and get this better looking. Yeah, I don't trade with my real money, as you know, when I'm live. Now I'm down $400. Wow, look at that. Just that fast. While I was playing around there trying to adjust stuff. That's why I wait for the break and hold with confirmation candle, right? And I did jump in it before that happened, and I really didn't get the oomph that I wanted, but it was kind of there. I would have jumped in on that. I mean, I don't trade this ever, but a chart's a chart's a chart. But as you can see, there's some levels right here, right? These candles here that I didn't look backwards on, and it kind of just bounced at those things. So we'll see here. So I got to rip the Band-Aid off eventually, right? Right? I'm going to see if this is going to bounce off the 9 and come back down. If it doesn't, I'm out, right? If it just heads there, see this white line? That's the 9 EMA. So I was expecting, hoping for a bounce, which it did. We'll see here. Oh, I could have took that, whatever that profit was it $400, whatever it was. Got in, get out. Obviously, apparently, by the looks of it, I'm going to have $200 in extra profit to pay for my fees for this trade, because I traded 100 contracts, so whatever the fees are. So we'll see here if this comes back down or not. If not, I'm going to rip. If this even thinks about pulling back up, I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off, take the loss, right? You got to make those decisions sometimes. Do what's best for your account. I'll give it a second. I'm down $50. I could rip the Band-Aid off. That would be acceptable, but I'll give it here. I'm not going to play. This even twitches. If it twitches up, I'm out. I will cut my losses. All right. Right now I'm only down $50. Oh, look at that. Now I'm up 100. Look at that. Isn't that just wonderful? Now I'm up 100. Come on, pop again. I don't have an L2 for this. That's part of my problem. Let me pull that up. I know the trade's still live, but I'm gonna just bring this up, let it bounce. This is not my real money, by the way. This is paper. So if I lose money on it, it's not that big of a deal. Not that I want to lose money, even if it's fake, right? I don't want to develop bad habits of trading. So I apparently typed in this wrong. Oh, it's MBT. No wonder. Duh. Let me try this again. MBT, main. I don't even have this on my watch list. All right, so what do I got? I got orders to pull down there 116.030-ish, 035, which is about right here, about right there, about where that wick's at. All right, so if this comes back down there, we'll see what happens. 025 now, it's going to come down to here. How do I know that? I'm looking at my order book. My L2 order book showing a bunch of orders to the downside, big walls that might want to pull it right now. 116,000 it wants to come down to. We're going to sit here and wait and see, because people can throw orders in at any time. See what they just did? They just threw a bunch of orders in there, right? That's how fast this can change. So as a scalper, right, I need to act quickly. So I said there was a bunch of orders right here at this level, this 116. And I could draw a line. And it only makes sense that there would be orders there. Why? Because that's a nice, even, round number, right? Why wouldn't it sell there? It's an even number. People like even stuff, right? So I'm just going to put a line there. Let's see if that gets to that or not. I'm going to wait and see here. 116. Matter of fact, there's orders down below now. There's order down 995, so it should come down, at least touch that level. You can see the wick here, right? I'm talking through here what might happen instead of taking a profit, just so you can see the things that I'm thinking about in my head, which there's a lot of things that's in my head. You don't want to know what I'm thinking. It's nothing medicine can't take care of, just so you know. What else? So now I see those orders have changed around a lot. Now I got an order 116.30. So now they're trying to do it to the upside. There's $450 right there, right? So there's 200. See how fast you can lose and gain and lose money? I'm up 150, and I can take this at any time. I'm watching to see if this wants to break through this 116 level. Having not familiarized myself with this Bitcoin futures contract, I don't know how it lives and breathes or how much it tends to move at one time. What's the ATR on this, Ralph? Since you got me in this trade.
Sure, I never traded it. I just saw that it was Monday.
Okay. What's the ATR on it?
It's a new ticker on there. Looking at your screen, let me see. Should be down there at the bottom of your.
Well, I don't have it loaded. That's why I thought you would be able to tell me. But yes, I can do that right here with Coach's Indicators, which I have this part turned off. ATR is $12. That's it. That's all that moves on average
Yeah, but
right now.
Yeah. Isn't it like 100 or something thousand though? Yeah, 116,000.
Yeah,
So $12 is.
yeah. That's quite a bit, I guess.
Yeah.
And you can see it's going back up. I took my eye off the ball. This is why I don't trade my real money, because I'm trying to show you things and talk about things, and when I'm trading, I'm focused.
I ever traded this before. I mean, it's a new ticket. Well, it's not a new ticket. They just added the.
To Weeble, it's new.
Today to Weeble, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, let's see if this wants to pull back down or not, or am I done here? I see 045s. Where did I get in at? I got in at 50s, right? What did I get in at here? 55. So this has to come below 55. What's these orders showing? 1655 is clear down at the bottom of that L2. There's some orders may want to pull it down to 75, but that's clear up here yet, right? It's this line that I drew on here is 70, so I got to get orders below that line, and it's not going to happen, right? So, eventually you got to decide, well, when do I get out of this trade? Well, I would have already got out. I would have took my profit a long time ago, but so these are the things. Once I enter a trade, what is my line in the sand? What is my goal? What's my impediment to profit? Like this was going down. I knew this goal level here was here, 116, right? Just a nice, even, friendly number, right? That would most likely bounce off. I would know that just by not even ever trading this again, right? Just the same way as I know 120,000 could be a level, 118,000, right? 100,000. So they're just nice, even numbers, right? So I would expect some sort of selling or buying at those levels, right? So now I'm down $800 here. So this is going the wrong way, obviously. I don't see it where anything wants to pull it down. You got big orders wanting to pull it up at the 170, 175 level. That's way up here. That's back up where it was at. That's clear up here. 116, what'd I say? 116, 170. So that's right up here about where my stop's at. So I'm going to get stopped out. If I let this go, this is going to stop me out, right? I can see that just with the orders, it's hanging on up there, right? There's no reason I should be in this trade any longer. Again, I'm basing this on the L2, which changes continuously. This could go back the other way just as easy, but I can already see that I need to be out of this trade, so I'm going to rip the Band-Aid off and just get out of it, right? Even though it's fake money, I could have sat here and let it go. But why, right? You want to treat your paper trading account like it's your real money, because you are. Let me reset this here, since both trades here I've been yakking. You want to trade it like your real account, because you're going to be developing habits while you are paper trading, okay? And you don't want to be just jumping in here treating this like a video game, because it's not. This is real. This is a real deal. Yes, paper trading enters your trade and exits your trades in real time at real value, but it is fake money, right? So treat it as such. Yes, you can see I set my account here for 10 million. Why do I want to? I don't have $10 million yet, right? But I wouldn't trade 10 million anyway. Would you? Right? I don't know. I wouldn't risk it on this. So just because I have access to $10 million in fake money, should I trade that much? Nope. You only trade what you normally would trade each and every day. So if you got $1,000 account, it's okay to set this to 10 million, but don't trade over 1,000, right? Max, if that's all you have in real life. So treat your paper trading account like it's your real thing. It doesn't do you one lick of good to say I made 1.36 million today on a paper trading account. Whoopee, ding dong ding, right? You don't mean jack, right? It's not about the dollars. It's about learning the mechanics, making good decisions on your entries and exits, right? You want a green trade. The value of it doesn't matter in paper trading, right? The idea is to get green, have a successful trade. In other words, you are recognizing something on your screen now that you decided to get in, and you also saw something on your screen that you decided to get out at, and then hopefully that generates profits for you, right? So if it does, then you know you're learning something, and that's the whole point of paper trading, all right? So hang on, I got something on my road here I gotta move. Hang on 1 minute. Don't freak out. There we go. All right, we're back. So treat your paper trading account like the real McCoy, right? Always treat it that way. All right, where are we at here? I want to get rid of this one off of here. Let's see, I don't need that on there. So, and I'm also going to get rid of that one. All right, Ralph, it's stuck in this chop zone. It's at the bottom of the channel, and I'm going to move on here. I just noticed I got a transparency issue here too. That's on TikTok. All right, so there's a couple little things here I need to fix down the road here. Tomorrow, if I get a chance. Today, I got to go stack brush. It's been sitting out there for weeks because it's too daggone hot to go out there till this week. Over 100 heat index. I'm not going out there. All right, what else we got? What else can we trade? Let me see here. Let me see. What do we got? What do we got? What's the indices doing? Still going to the moon. Look at that. Who's still in this trade? How about Tat Girl? Are you still in this trade? I would hope so. Haven't heard from you lately. You know who I'm talking about. I don't want to say your name out loud. Paid member. Paid member number 23 that has lots of tattoos. How you doing in this trade? Are you still in it? 15 people speak up. So I could have gotten this trade. Beginning of the broadcast and still be sitting in it, right? Right there it is, 1 o'clock. There's 2 o'clock. I could have got in this and just sat there and watched the paint dry, right? Let that thing run up. I would be up 227 ticks times 5, right? How much money is that? 227 times 5. That's $1,100 on one contract. And what's that contract cost me when I get rid of it? $4.28 to make $1,100 net cost. So,
One question is, would you stayed in it then?
no. Just being honest, I'd have jumped in and out. You know me.
I had to get you on that.
Yeah, go back in your hole where you were at. But,
That is a nice one.
oh, it is. It looks very nice. I mean, ES is doing the same thing, but it's a lot choppier.
Yeah, yes, it's kind of redundant. Yeah, that would
Yeah.
Yes, well, sorry, yes, traders.
Yeah, just a little rougher there, all right? Rough. What's a dog say? Rough. 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 Right. Now maybe I'll play around with this MB, what is it? Is it micro Bitcoin? Let me play around with this. We can trade to anything, right? Now the problem is I don't have any lines on my chart. I try to do this here real live, real quick. I already put some to the downside, didn't I? Let's see what we got here. Already got some lines there. I could put one right there. Problem is I don't have my shortcuts. I gotta click this way. I don't want a gold line. I want a white line. There we go. Let me put this on a 2-minute here real quick. See what we got. Really ain't that much there to worry about except right here. All right. These channels are pretty wide there. Maybe that's a pretty weak one there. I ain't putting a line there. All right, let me see what's going on here. Chart's a chart, right? Let me come down here, expand this out real quick. Now, would I enter this trade right now? No. Why? How did I decide that quick? Am I just some freaking genius or what? No, I'm not. And what Coach taught us, right there's my gold line at that even 116 that I sat in it. It came back to me, didn't it? Didn't I call out that level? I will wait now until this gets down to this 200. What's this paid, Ralph, per point? or 5 or whatever, however it's rated. Any idea? Let me consult my cheat sheet to see if it's on there.
Michael, I think it's $1 a tick, ain't it?
I don't know.
Sure.
Never traded it.
Yeah, me neither.
Let me look at my old cheat sheet. I got it on there. Yes, I do. MBT pays $5 per 50-cent movement. Per 50 cents? I'm charging that ain't right. Is that right?
Is it 5? I think it's 50 cents per $5 movement.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, per 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this only measures in whole dollars. So 50 cents per $5.
Pretty good. Yeah, 50 cents per $5. You gotta remember it's like $100 and something thousand dollars.
Yeah. Well, I was just trying to see how many ticks I had there. So this thing should measure in 5 ticks, right? Automatically, right? That's only 9 ticks. That's $4. That's all I'm gonna make is $4 a contract from there to there. Come on, Ralph. Why am I trading this?
I don't know.
Well, I got 100 contracts. That's $40, right? $400, whatever. Whatever. Let's see if this bounces off the 200 or not. What did I do? I don't want longs. I want shorts. Oh! Did you see that? I accidentally made money. Did you see that? I clicked the wrong button. I still made money. All right, I'm gonna go short.
That's probably what's got you throw it out, Mark. It's a micro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We're trading many, so.
Yeah, I just don't trade it. I ain't afraid to trade it. I'll trade it live here for the first time right in front of everybody. I don't care. Right? Chart to chart to chart. The only thing is I don't have this charted out effectively. I need to go backwards and I really weigh this how slow this mouse is on here. It just doesn't not ideal. Come down here.
If they can break that 200, it's going to be a nice ride down the VWAP.
Well, that's what I was thinking, right? So that's why I got in it where I did. Oh, look, I'm up $50 already. Never traded this a day in my life. Now I'm down $50. Well, it's because I never traded this a day in my life. I can use that as an excuse to learn, right? Lose, right? Oh, it's the first time I ever traded. I didn't know what I was doing. No, a chart's a chart's a chart. There's no special rules when it comes to trading micro Bitcoin than there is trading oil. It's the same thing, same exact principle. Look at that, about $400. This ain't so bad. There we go. Boy, if I could bust through that 200 MA. What do I got here? Well, I don't have my. I gotta have. I just want my. Where's my keyboard? MBT main. All right, what do I got? 115,860. Where's that at? 115,860 is right below VWAP. It's a big order there, so it's going to stop. Look at that, Ralph. Am I not a genius? Look at that, Ralph. You got me into this trade. There we go. There we go. Why? A chart's a chart's a chart. What am I going to do? I'm waiting for the break and hold below here. If this don't break and hold, I'm going to take my profit. That's what I'm going to do. Right? If this doesn't pull down right now to 15,840, which is where that's at, to hold it there, there's an order at 860, so it wants to pull up a hair. We'll see here. I'll give up a little bit of profit to give this a second to see if it wants to pull down 830. Nope. 830 or 840s. Where's 840 at? 840's down here. All right, 840. So that is down. That's showing maybe it might want to pull there. 835 again. All right, and I'm at, what did I get in at? 950? I'm at 960. See, I don't even know where I got in at. Hang on here. This sitting there too long. I'm taking my profit. What was that? $150 or something stupid like that? I don't know. Wasn't very much. I was up whatever. I was up 500 at one point, and it pulled up. Still looks like the trend is down, though, on it. Again, this thing looks like it's a little on the volatile side. So we said it was, what, $12 on the ticks? And there's...
That critical level, when we was looking at the putting the lines in, it was in like a, I guess you would
wait.
call it a double top.
12. It's 12 ticks, right? That's what the ATR was. At $5, at every tick's 5. So I gotta have a 60 tick on here. Is that what I gotta have?
What, stop loss?
Yeah. Yeah. If it was 12, ATR was 12.
Wait, did it have the dollar sign in front of it, or did it just have the number?
I don't know.
Because that's the difference on the indicator, because we got the only indicator that I've seen that converts ATR to ticks.
Yeah.
Right? I ain't never seen that before.
I don't know. I'd have to pull it back up, and I don't really want to do that. Well, here, let me. Even if you don't have an ATR indicator, I can pick an average candle and figure out what it is. All right. We'll say this is an average candle here. That is 17 ticks. You know, what's this candle?
So it's probably 12.
Yeah, so, there's... So if I go to my standard 25, I should be okay. All right, so I'll do that route. I'll go that route, right? So, oops.
25 is plenty.
Yeah, apparently. Seems that way. All right, I want to go orders. And what do I got? Where's my thing? I'm thinking of Bobber at. Oh. Why is it? What did they updated this, didn't they? This looks different. Oh, it's because I'm on limit. Never mind. Never mind. They did change this around. The heck they do? Take profits up on top, stop losses on bottom. What the? Quit changing stuff on me. What's up with that?
It usually be side to side.
Yeah, look at this. They changed the order. Somebody was complaining about the DOM being different too. They took that center button out of there this morning.
Why is it side to side? I haven't got the update. I probably haven't got the
I don't know. Doesn't matter. We'll deal with it.
That center button's gone because now you can lock it in the center of the screen.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that before.
Right. It's on the DOM. Just talking about, see here, it's just updated. So I can lock that right there. Now it's locked.
The order screen is different. So yeah, this must be the new update.
Yep.
because I don't have that. I have to close my page out and reopen it.
There's not even any volume in this thing. There's not even no volume in here. How am I supposed to trade this with no volume? Come on, Ralph.
Well, no, that's because you don't have it. Won't this filter that's using the live account?
Yeah, but it ain't even moving. Yeah, if I had my live account hooked on, turned on, this would be 10 of them there, right?
Yeah, right. But that's Bitcoin. I don't know. I don't trade Bitcoin like that
No, but you got me trading it for some reason. What's up with that?
because a chart is a chart is a chart.
That's it. I think somebody mentioned that earlier, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, all right. I guess I'll have to chart it then, huh? I sure like to see this pulled out. Where's my my L2 says there's orders. They're about the same, so it doesn't know what it wants to do at this point. It's just going to sit here and chop. There's an 890 order, big order. 890 is, well, 890. 890 is clear down here. That's right there. See, all them orders are hanging up on the 200 MA. Now, what are we saying to 200 MA? That's this blue line. That's a 200 moving average, right? It's the last 200 candles and the average of that, right? So this is the second, what I would say is the second strongest indicator that you could have on your chart, with VWAP, the volume weighted average price, being the strongest indicator. This would be number 2. So it is a big deal to break through this average price, right? 200 moving average. So that's the last 200. So in this, it's the last 200 minutes. So here again, I entered right before that because this is almost always going to bounce off these ones. It may try it a few times. Yeah, sure, but it could blow through just as easy, right? But as a general rule, I am going to get out of, me personally, I will exit a trade right before it hits that to take lock in my profits and then re-enter if it does break and hold below. So I was, again, trying to show you don't jump in these things for that reason, right? So, but if this comes back down here, this will be a big deal. Then it's blue skies ahead, right, all the way down. And then I start playing my levels. The other thing we have going on, it's right here at the bottom of this regression channel line, right? This is a trend line that shows the momentum, which is generally upward, even though this short term right now is down. So I shouldn't be too concerned about it breaking below here because it probably won't, right? Trend is up, right? This is just a temporary thing here, right?
Right.
So this thing's only gone up $2,000 today. It's low of 114, a high of 116. So 2,000 movement in Bitcoin. That seems kind of low for Bitcoin, ain't it? Or is that good? I don't know.
Tell them that now.
I don't follow Bitcoin. I really don't. But we'll always sit here and wait. I'll come back to that. I'm not going to sit here and watch paint dry. NASDAQ, it's flat. ES, kind of, whatever. Let's see. Fed cook governor watch Boston Fed CAI as a general purpose technology leading to other developments in many fields. And it could affect the labor market. Whatever. We already knew that. I didn't need a Fed governor to tell me that. What I mean by Fed governor, that's the Federal Reserve, the ones that decide what our interest rates are going to be. All right? They're obviously got a free dinner somewhere that they're speaking at. And anytime they open their mouths, people pay attention and they write down what they say. And then they publish it for the whole world to interpret. All right, this thing's still sitting down here. I ain't too concerned about that. NQ is just kind of sitting there. Russell doing anything? Already went down this road, right? So it's pretty much all watching paint dry at this point. What questions do we have? Now would be a great time to take some questions. There's Jess Sellett's in, one of our Canuck friends from the country up north. Woof, woof. What are you talking about there, J-Dog? What did I say? I don't know what you said. Anyhow,
Dave
Jess.
has his hand up.
Who?
Dave has his hand up.
Aw, Dave. What's up, Dave? One of our paid members, fellow boomer. What's up, Dave?
I just want to know who's number one in your TikTok right now.
I would say Dave S. Be Respectful is number one. He's currently making number two, Doug, cry. Because
There's no crying in trading.
oh, you're crying. I can tell. I can hear the sniffles in the background because you're getting beat by a boomer, right? It's like your dad is beating you.
They have an
Set up
incessant
some
need to win.
hankies.
Are you going to let your dad beat you again and humiliate you again, Doug?
Yep.
Oh, now he took the lead, Dave. See, I know how to motivate people. He thought it was his choice, but it was because of my suggestion. There's only 15 people on TikTok because they got our account restricted. There were once a week restriction on things. So I wouldn't even waste your time there, brothers. Save it for another day when there's more people involved. You know what I mean? I would just take the freebies, leave the rest.
Do the clicks.
Just do the clicks. I wouldn't be spending on gifts. Not with 15 people in the room, 18 people in the room. You know what I'm saying? You catch my drift?
Clicking.
Clicks. Trader B said it's going to be number 3. Yeah, well, you got to beat number 3 that's already up there, which is Eljo. Is already making you cry there. Sunkissed Blonde says BTC USD is pretty sweet when you catch those big green candles to the upside. Thank you for that information. I just don't. Yeah. And we have quite a few members actually do trade these things. Again, volume is important, right? And even news is even better, right? To really move these things. TikTok is faster than YouTube. Yeah, in a kind of way, but right now they're so restrictive. YouTube ain't restricting us at all. So anyhow.
Putting the screws to us.
Yes, they are, big time. Just at random, right? We've been on here for 3 years, going on 3, well, it has been 3 years on TikTok. You would think they might figure out already we're not scammers here, right? And that ain't how they operate.
Yeah.
They don't care. One of the people I follow had over 3 million followers and is a clean channel, doesn't do anything nefarious or promote anything. He's just an information thing about his business industry. It ain't even about his business. It's about what he does for a living, how they do things. Just kind of here's how we do this. This is how we do it. And he tells stories once in a while. Yeah. Had enough people complain about his channel, so they shut him down. He had to go open a new channel. Over 3 million followers. How'd you like to start that all over again? Now, obviously, people, his loyal followers, found him again, right? But just the whole thing, right? It's ridiculous. Some obscure terms of service that's so broad-based that you can't appeal them. Anyhow.
Well, the fact that you've got some keyboard warrior out there just causing trouble for your business and your livelihood is kind of...
Yeah, exactly. Right? Trolls, as we like to call them. Well, see, that's one thing we don't do here, is we don't entertain trolls as much as I would like to. We just say, thank you, Felicia. Thanks for playing. Try again later. Goodbye. Right?
Do it again.
Do it again.
See you soon.
See you soon. Goodbye. Hasta la vista. Right? All right, there ain't nothing. This is all paint dry. Man, we ought to just shut this show down and go home and take a nap. Right? This would be a great nap time. Oh, we are approaching power hour, so anything can happen. Right? What's regular? Let's go look at regular Bitcoin. What's BTC USD, right? Does it got volume? I need my Bitcoin. Where's my crypto? There it is. Come on. And BTC USD. That's Coinbase, right? It's one I want, I believe. Let me see what my L2 looks like on that one.
Looking for a nice healthy pull on NQ here.
Bump, ba-dum, bump. Mm-hmm. What the heck? Why don't I have... You only get one line on Bitcoin? What's up with that? You probably have to have a different L2 for that, apparently, huh? Not so much for that idea. All right. Bitcoin is coming back up to diddle in the middle. I ain't touching that. Heck with that. Ain't none of these any good. Oh, look at that big pull on ES.
There it goes.
I'll get rid of this here. Get the NQ in here.
Oh, baby, keep going.
Futures thing. What are you looking at? What are you talking to?
NQ, ES, either one.
All right.
I'm doing the same thing.
All right. Well, let's go.
Looking pretty heavy there, and I was looking for a nice healthy pull, and we got one.
There you go. Well, it's right there at that channel. I want to see it break and hold that channel on a 1 minute chart. For one thing. Getting heavy. Anyway, we had a little bit of a pull there, but and Q, I guess I could go like this. I could go over here to that. Pull this over there. What other news we got popping up over there? Nothing. No real big orders to convince me it wants to go one way or another at the moment. They're all about the same size, other than maybe a slight pull to 414 and then they call it 415, which is right here where it's at now. So nothing.
Petering out.
Yes.
Level here where the 55 is.
Yep. That 400 level still looming down there at the bottom. In case it happens to go at 23,400. Yes, I agree with you. In crypto streaming wise, yes, I don't disagree. Oh, look, Arlo's in the house. Watch out, Dave. Arlo's here to make you cry, Dave. Just a heads up. Don't be sleeping on the job over there, Dave.
I don't cry.
Yeah, there's no crying in TikTok. What's the matter with you? By the way, for the record, Dave has retained his title on AmericanDreamTrading.com's Jeopardy. He was not defeated last night. I guess it was a tie, so therefore he retains his title. I will have you know that I did watch the replay, and I would have kicked all of your butts. I think there was only one or two that I absolutely had no clue what the answer was to. And besides, you guys take too long to answer a question. You get 5 seconds. That's how it is on Jeopardy. Either you know it or you don't.
agree.
Either you know it or you don't. Right?
I agree.
I agree. That's why you only get 5 seconds on Real Jeopardy, because if you don't know it, you don't know it. Why are we going to waste airtime, right?
I concur.
I concur. Do you concur, Dave?
Yes, sir.
Ralph, do you concur?
Crude is concurring south.
There we go. Who? Crude? Who's crude?
We are crude.
We are crude. Crude oil futures. Oh, I see. Oh, look at that nice pull. Oh, it's at a critical level right now, historical level, at that 61.90 or 63.90. Sorry, cataract was in the road. I know that's a strong level because I recall trying to break through it to the upside weeks ago. Be careful there. Matter of fact, the wick actually touched it. Went through it a hair, but that would be a very good spot for a bounce, maybe. It is diddling in the middle, though, when it gets there. What was I looking at earlier? Oh, look, Doug, it's going back up again. I'm going to right back up to that double top. Can I make a few bucks on the way up? I don't know. We'll see. Let's try it, Doug. Let's see what we can do. If I can make a few dollars before it gets right up to here. See where this is at? Right about before that top of that wick there, I'm going to get out, right? If this shows me any profit, I'm just going to take it. There's 500. I need more than 500, so I got $500 in fees I got to take care of, basically, for a 100 contract. There's 1,000. I could take that. Net 500. There's 1,500. I might just have to take this because it's just teetering here. All right. Next time it shows me, there we go. I'll just take that 2,000. All right. Can I do that again? Sure I can. All right. We'll just enter it again. Where's my stop loss? There's my stop loss. What's that right there? There's 1,500, 2,000. Good. Bang. Netted 1,500 on that trade. Let's see here. I still got some time for movement here. Let me get my stop loss pulled down here just in case it pulls back on me big time. There's 500. There's 0. 1,000. There's 500. One more pop. Negative 500. 1,500. Bang. I'll take that also. Do I have room yet? It's pushing it. I'll do one extra trade that I probably shouldn't take until it breaks and holds above that. This is going to be a quickie. I ain't playing around. I'm either going to win or I'm going to lose on this one. Like I said, I shouldn't even took this trade because of where it's at, which is where I talked about trying to get to ultimately, right? And that's the danger you can get into if you keep scalping in and out, in and out, in and out like that, right? But who wouldn't want to like make $1,500 that quick, right? Greedy, greedy. Let's take it, right? As soon as that pops, there's 500. And there's 500 right there. Bang. All right, now I'm only $4,100 technically in the hole here, right? So now I want to see this break loose. And I got up to today's high. That is going to be a stickler to get up to there. There's today's high where that green line is. I'm going to let this ride and see if I can make it there or not. I doubt it. Well, it could. It's got to break and hold above this. What's my L2 showing on NQ at 4431, which is basically the top of the current wick on this candle right now. Needs to break and hold up there. Looks like I'm going to be running out of steam, though. Looks like I'm starting to lose support, which I am. This is going to pull back to the 426 level. Here we go. Let's see. They're going to throw some orders in there and save me. I'm losing support still. I got the 9 there, though, for it to bounce off of. What else I got? That's still losing support. 420. That's teetering. Teetering. They don't know what it wants to do. It's consolidating here. Yep, now we're really losing support. Just like I said, I'd be losing support. Right? Bang, got stopped out. Right? So, again, I could have got out of that a lot sooner, right? As soon as I said I'm losing support, I would normally get out, right? When I'm losing support. So, now look at that. Now I'm down $19,000 just that quick. Whew. Good thing that's fake money, huh? What if that was real money? Ooh. Well, you know. You know how it goes. These are all just chop, 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 chop here. What was that? Huh?
So that would be painful.
Oh, it's everything's painful. You don't want to have to. Now I'm stuck here at this. I really like to see this go to the downside. What do we got? 418. And I'm at 420 on my white line there. It could go down to 418, but slightly below that line, but not That's not convincingly far, and now I am, support is building to the upside right at the moment. Be bopping around. It's very erratic. We are in power hour, right? Power hours when people tend to get out of their positions, right? I'm still seeing if this is going to favor to the downside or not. All right, okay, there was a big order there. Let's see if they suckered me into this. This is a pure L2 trade. Nothing more, nothing less. Let's see if I can snag some money off of this real quick before it hits that bottom regression channel. Nope. Okay, see, it was in profit there and I didn't take it. Come on. Down there. 418 now. Come on. Oh, there's the 417s again. Come on. Get down there. Oh, I'm at a 419 anyway. What do I care? Right? So, as long as I go below this, 419, I want to see 17s. Right now, it's building support, unfortunately, right where I'm at. So this is support, basically, where I go. Well, it is. You can see the line I got drawn there, right? I did see that big order down there to what I would say it was, 416 or 417. That's the only reason I jumped in for an L2 trade, but I hesitated to take the green there and I'm paying the price. Can't hesitate. You just got to react. And again, part of it's because I'm talking to you, right? When you're saying things verbally, I know I got my brain distracted instead of focusing on the trades like I should. So I'm going to sit here, watch this L2 for any sign that it might want to pull. If not, I'm going to get out of this trade. Right there at the 9, which the 9's right there at 20, what is that, 22? So I need to see my L2 get less than 22s on it. Order book. And it's not doing that. It's getting 23s. That's not good for Mark. It's probably going to pop here. Wants to go up to 426 as a matter of fact. We'll give it a second though because there's still some 420s down there that it's eyeballing. So anyhow, you want to mute Gopher there, Doug? Or moderate any of the moderators? Okay, here comes 418. I said 420, but now there's some other. This is chaotic here, man. This is just typical garbage. I wouldn't trade this right now. I'm just trying to make a quick buck. That's all I was going to do it. Because this has to break. It has to break through right here. This is where, for this to go down, it's got to come down to here, right? For it to be on a good trajectory downwards, okay? So, is it going to pull that far? Don't look like it, right? Sold off. So really what I want to do is wait for the break and hold here. That should be my real entry. There we go. What happened to Boomers Unite? Did he just like turn in for the day or what? Is that what he did? Did you scare him off, Doug? Did you make the Boomer cry? All right.
Can't imagine that I did.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't, but you know, it's the what's the word I'm using for? I don't know. Don't matter. It's too late today. Oh, what do we got? NASDAQ. It's got a lot. It's got to come through here.
Been up for a while too.
Yes. We all have been. Everybody in this room has been up since 4 a.m. at a minimum. I've been up since 2 a.m. Just happened to wake up. No, I didn't just happen to wake up. I had to poop. So I had to get up. And I just stayed up. Did some work here and there. Uh-oh. TikTok's yelling at me. I gotta acknowledge something here. All right, where's your little thingamajigger you're hiding on me? Where's it at? Is that what that was? I don't know. Or was that a warning? Your doodad's slow. I don't know. I don't see anything. I think that was a warning. Houston, what am I trading? I'm trading NQ, I believe. And I don't know. Hang on. I got to get back to the other screen. I'm not trading anything, am I? Am I trading something right now? Nope. The indices. Looking at NQ, they're all trash right now. They're just all consolidated, stuck in this mess. Nothing exciting. We're just scalping, trying to make a few bucks here and there, right? Like I say, it's got to break through this 408 level for it to really go down. Can I make a quick buck if this would break down there? But yeah, just don't want to. There's some 415s and 414s on my L2, but nothing big, no big order to really act as a magnet to draw it down there. Same way to the upside. There's a 421 to the upside. Not a real big order. Nothing exciting going on here. So we are trading futures here. This is the Futures Education and Trading Program. Thank you for joining us. Let's rejoin our program already in progress. All right. Nada. This is paint drying day. Time to pack it up and go home. Don't be forcing trades. Well, there's some oil, but oil's got to break through its channel too. Look at that. It's stuck in that channel. Come on. Give me something. Anybody see anything at all? I'd say look at the metals, but I know they ain't moving. Not even looking at them. How do I know that? Because we traded them enough. Know how it operates. That just sitting there, right? Stuck in that little channel. That's why. Oil's the same. Oil's the reason I don't like trading oil this time of day because the volume's so low on it, so I don't trade it. All right. TY. How about that? Let's take a look at RTY. It's at a double top. I know I don't want to trade this one, right? See how fast I determined that? I didn't even have to think about it, right? Bam. I didn't even see VWAP sitting right there. I just seen this double top when this is where it was at. Well, that's why there's a double top there, right? Probably a triple top or something else. Yes, there is right there. See that VWAP is straight lined, right? So that tells me already that this is just going straight sideways, right? And that's where it wants to keep the price at. Bang, bang, bang. So I'm not even going to touch that one either. It'd have to break above that, set new highs for what it wants, right? What do I want over here? I don't want this. I want this one.
NQ's at a double bottom right now.
Yeah, so just eyeballing it here. It's got to break and hold below this right where it's at right now, right? Actually, I want to see it break below 408. 408 and a quarters, something like that, in that neighborhood. Hey, it looks like I fell asleep on TikTok. My screen's froze. Oh, maybe I just need to refresh it on my end. Yeah, I just need to refresh it on my end. All right. No problem. Doesn't want to do anything, Doug.
No,
Nope.
it's toying with your emotions.
Me towing my emotions, I ain't playing it. Ha ha ha. All right, what do we got here? RTY is trying to break out of a double top. Can it break out of this channel? Can it go to the moon? Can it make us all just very happy that we actually have something to trade? Time will tell because this is a triple top, right? It's got to get through this line up here. This 230, 230.4-ish. That neighborhood, all right? Till it does that, no, I'm not entering this trade. No way, no how. Why? Because I don't want to wreck my account by jumping in too early on these dumb trades, right? See how that works? Huh? See how that works? Not hard, is it? All right, who had an account changing day today? Just open up your mic there and say yay or nay. Paid members.
Okay.
Yay for me. Had account. Oh, there's my. What's this? Nay. Okay.
It'll take 3 days. Yay in paper.
All right. I didn't know you had to fill in these puzzle things and just watching TikTok. What kind of garbage is that? You guys ever have to do that?
Yeah.
Must never be on TikTok long enough to ever get one of them. I only was today. We're here on my computer. I'm using it to monitor it.
When you're broadcasting it, you have to.
Oh, Doug.
What happened?
Oh, we got a Karen?
Ron, actually, and
Ron.
thinking based on my comment, he's
Okay, thank you. Whole world's full of liars, right? Does that make me not leave my house? Nope. So what's the point? What's your point? Don't trade?
Now, he was referencing the fact that you're trading 100 contracts and doesn't believe that that's what you trade through the day.
No, I don't care if he believes it or not. It doesn't change the facts of the matter, does it?
Nope, not at all.
Yeah, whatever. That's why I don't tell you how much I make in a day, right? 'Cause you wouldn't believe it anyway. Exactly. Right? Not only that, I traded 100 contracts, I traded 30 contracts, I traded 50 contracts. Matter of fact, this morning I was only trading 5. So, I don't care whether you believe me or not. That's why I don't talk about my income. Our paid members know how much I make because I share my P&L with them, right? So what a non-paid member thinks is no concern of mine, right? So don't form judgments based on information that you do not have, is all I can tell you, right? Yes, and the interwebs are full of scammers and cheats and liars and everything else. I'll give you that. It's not hard to come to that conclusion, right? By seeing what goes on in the interwebs, right? But that doesn't mean everybody's that way, right? So form your own judgment. I can't create your own judgment. You do what you see, right? So we're watching paint dry here. Yep. So, yes, sir. Dun, dun.
Creeping up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I could actually trade. I could trade 3 times this amount, but I don't. I haven't traded over 100 ever. I could, but I don't. I don't know. I'm just comfortable at that level. Let's put it that way, right? It's risking a lot. There's a lot on the line, right? So, I don't know. I haven't even had a desire to go over 100. To be quite honest with you. So I guess that's a comfort zone for now, right? Will I later down the road? Well, we'll see, right? I think I'm doing all right doing what I'm doing, right? So, I don't really have a motivation to step it up higher, right? Personally. So, anywho, hey, thanks for stopping by anyway there, Karen. You're welcome to stay and watch. We're here live 3 times daily. One of the quickest ways to find out. Matter of fact, we have a free 2-day pass that you're welcome to take advantage of. Come on in. You can join our live Zoom call for 2 days in a row. It's live training and trading starting at 8:45 a.m. Eastern time. Right? It's easy to be a keyboard warrior. Come on in and see what the real thing's like behind the scenes, because what you're seeing here is only the tip of the iceberg, right? Are all my trades green? Absolutely not. Am I green every day? Yes, generally I am. Well, I shouldn't say generally. I have been, yes, lately, right? Right. So, yeah, that's why I don't discuss P&Ls publicly, because why, right? If I told you I made $1,000 today, you know what? There would be 50% of the people in the YouTube and the TikToks that would say, "Oh, bull crap, you didn't make that much today," right? If I said I made 100,000 today, 80% of you would say, "Oh, bull crap, you didn't make that much today," right? If I told you I made $1 million today, and even 5% of you would only say, "Oh, that's possible." The rest of you would say, "Oh, bull crap," right? That's why even do that, right? So. But our paid members, I can assure you, well, Ange, 43% total account today. Good job, Ange. Good job. Anyhow, so yeah, so it's just like them kids that show off Lambos. You trade for half an hour a day and you too could drive a Lambo. Do I believe it's true or not? I know it's possible. How do I know that? Because, well, never mind. I'm not going to go there. But is that one you're watching? Is it truth? I don't know. Who am I? I don't know. I can't disprove it, right? I don't know the dude just sitting on there saying he does this and that. You know, I tend to try to believe the good in people, that when somebody tells me something that's the truth, unless it's Richard, then it's probably a dad joke, right? But I give people the benefit of the doubt. You want to lie to me right to my face? That's fine. You know, I'm not giving you any of my money. But, you know, I try to see the good in people generally, right? So if you say you've done this and done that, okay, well, good for you. I'm happy for you. More success, hopefully, right? For those of you watching for free and you do want to step up your game, go to AmericanDreamTrading.com, grab our free Discord, right? And take a look, right? Whatever. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that you think that's a surprising amount. How do you know how much one contract of NQ is there, Karen? You can go ahead and type that in there right now in the Zoom chat or in the YouTube chat. Let's see what you know. What's one? You got about 5 seconds. Type it in there. Show me what one contract of NQ costs during the open market, like right now. Come on, type it in there. You act like you know what you're talking about. Let's go. How much is that? What's one contract? Come on. Tick, 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 tick. Tick, 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 tick. Yeah, I didn't think so. All right. Whatever. Thanks for playing anyway, you know. So, you know, it's not even $1,700 for one contract. 16 with Weeble, it's $1,680 roughly. Give or take a few dollars. Chad H, 27% total account. Anyway. So,
Huge numbers.
huh?
Holy moly, well done. I said, that's a
Oh,
huge
yeah.
number. Well done.
All right. Yep. Where can I get a free 2-day access? Well, by going to AmericanDreamTrading.com and clicking on the premium membership. It's a 2 days for free. After this, if you do not cancel it by the end of the second day, your account will automatically be billed. So yes, you do have to register with a payment method. After that, you automatically billed at $125 a month, but you can feel free to cancel at any time before the end of the second day. What's today? What is today? Wednesday? Yeah, so if you join right now,
It is Wednesday.
you can be in with us Thursday and Friday, if you so desire. Now, that is the premium membership that gets you entry into our live Zoom call, which does not include futures, by the way. But you get in there with Coach at 8:45 in the morning, clear through 4 p.m. And you get to hang out with other moderators, and you will be treated just like any other member. Badly. No. No. But you have full access, right? You can ask questions, right? You can type questions. You can open up your mic and ask them over my live microphone. That's what I get for making a bad joke. Now I'm coughing. As a matter of fact, speaking of futures, you're going to have a special guest host tomorrow. You know, and when I get a guest host to fill in for me, because tomorrow's I got to be somewhere. So I went and I searched the whole interwebs. I scoured from the top to the bottom of the internet. Matter of fact, I found the last page on the internet. That's how far back I went. I went to the last page on the internet and I found this dude, some old dude on TikTok, and he's going to be filling in for me tomorrow. So you don't want to miss that. Special guest host tomorrow, filling in for Mark McSee tomorrow. You want to know who it is? Can you guess? Huh? Can you guess? I'll give you a guess. All right. Well, apparently Karen left, right? Karen left because I haven't heard any. Right. So
Need to go get a tissue.
I had to go get a tissue. I don't know. He didn't want to say anything about it. When challenged, unlike most keyboard warriors, right? Couldn't even tell me what one contract of NQ cost. And so it's not really that absurd, right? Anyhow, what am I trading? What time is it? I don't even know what time. Where's my clock at? 3:25. 3:25 and 30 seconds, right?
15:25.
Yes, you are right, Stanley. It is 1,000 even with trade of 8 during the day. It's 16, what is it? 16.78 and 33 cents with Weeble. So yes. And I will be opening an account there shortly. Like I know I've been saying that all along, right? Probably getting tired of hearing it. Just haven't sat down to do it yet. So anyway, there's a quick link there for you. Be hedged. You can click there, right? Just make sure Coach is live from 9 to 11 each and every day. Monday through Friday. So check that out. We are live here 3 times a day at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Coach is live from 9 to 11 Eastern Time. I am live from 2 to 4. And then we have our aftermarket show starting at 5 p.m. over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Upon conclusion of each and every one of those live broadcasts, they are available for immediate review over on our YouTube channel there, Ryan. You can go check it out, and you can watch any one of the videos that you happen to meet, right? Check it out. Go over to youtube.com and grab that. Hope to see you there, Be Hedged. If you do get in there and decide to join us for free for 2 days, make sure you say hi in the Zoom tomorrow. Make sure you want to do is, you should get a welcome email, I think. You should, right? It'll tell you what to do.
You get a welcome email and
Yeah.
some things to do and buttons to click and all
Yep.
that stuff.
So if you don't already have a registered Zoom account, you'll want to do that before tomorrow morning just so you're ready to go, right? And there'll be a link in our Discord, which you will need. Oh, yeah, I forgot that part. You need to join our free Discord, right? You'll also find that at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Inside our Discord, it will be under the membership section that you'll have access to, will be a link that you click that will take you to our live Zoom training and trading channel only for paid members, starting at 8:45 a.m. That's when the link will magically appear, and you'll be able to.
Don't forget, please, if you already have a Discord membership with whatever else, it doesn't matter. Please do not create a new Discord ID. And if you have multiple IDs tied to the same phone number, you will have problems accessing.
Yeah, because you got to verify your account. If you don't verify your account within 24 hours, then the bots will think you're a bot and they will automatically kick you out.
Yeah.
So
When you join the Discord, just make sure you've got one Discord ID, regardless of how many Discords you're a part of. When you're signing up, it'll make it so much smoother for you.
So anyways, that sound like a plan there, Be Hedged? Just remember to make sure that you cancel or you're at the end before the end of the second day. Actually, you could probably cancel as soon as you join, couldn't you? I don't know. But you might like what you see. And you might want to stay, right? Once you see what our community's like, I don't know. You may not want to leave. So.
Come for the training, stay for the community.
Yep. Hopefully you can be there and be there all day from 8:45 to 4 p.m. so that you can get a good idea of what we do here, right? All right. All right. When you get in there, say, hi, I heard about you from the Futures Live broadcast. That way we can kind of say, oh, look, somebody came in for the Futures Live broadcast. I don't know if your Discord name is the same as your username on YouTube or not. If it isn't, that's okay. If it isn't, just say, hey, if your name shows up as Frank, just say, hey, I'm Be Hedged from YouTube. Well, we know who you are. Everybody say, oh, yeah, we bet that guy. Right? Or gal, whatever the case may be. Okay. How to get you a peek inside anyway. What else we got? Well, I could have concentrated on trading some stuff here, right? Instead of talking so much. What's up with that? There ain't much going on. Look at the RTY right back up there at that quad 100 top. Look at that. Is that ugly? Is that going to break off over there or not? Doesn't look like it, does it? Not convincingly to me. It doesn't. Don't want to get out of that channel. I think they've already done everything they're going to do for the day, I would say, by the looks of it. Getting pretty late. You got a half an hour. Of course, you never know, especially the last 10, 15 minutes. So, where the heck did that come from? No. Let me close that. Just get that out of the road. Come on, clicky click.
This thing cannot make the decision as to which way it wants to go.
And I see right now, Trading View, there it goes. It's lagging there a little bit. Like, what's up with that? By the way, what you do see on my screen is Trading View. This is not affiliated in any way, shape, or manner with AmericanDreamTrading.com. This is a totally independent charting software that is subscription based. If you would like the look of this, and you can go to TradingView.com, and you can actually trade now through these by hooking and attaching, linking your broker with this. Now, if you got Fidelity or Vanguard or Robinhood or any of them, those don't link. Right? They don't link here to that. So it's like Webull does and Trade of 8 does and whatever. Why won't this close? What is going on with this thing? Clicking the X and it does not want to close this tab. Well, let's go this route. Tell it to close that way. Is it going to close now? Thinking about it. It's like it's locked up or something. It will. It'll be that way. I think when it froze, it locked everything up on it. Let me click off this screen here. Let's click off this screen.
Weird day.
Yeah, it is. Why in the heck is this clicking this way? I get it. What else we got? Questions? Anyhow, links are there. Make sure you grab our free Discord. What's going on over there, Stanley? Are you over there all by yourself? Because there's just absolutely zero chitter chatter going on over there at TikTok. It's like Stanley's the only one. I mean, Stanley comes and goes all the time. There ain't nobody else over there saying a word. Hello? 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 Well, Doug's over there. Doug, cricket, cricket. I don't know.
Squirrel!
Oh, I got crickets, though.
They're too busy hitting their phone screens. You're at 12 killings.
I cannot for the life of me figure out how to get... Can you see that on my screen? No, you can't even see that on my screen anyway. I got another Trading View window open. It's on my screen in front of me that's blocking my view, but yet it doesn't show up on the lives.
I can see it on your Zoom.
Yeah, but not on here. Now I can't even get the dumb thing to do anything. It's just kind of like froze there. It's in my road. I can't see what I'm doing. Can't remove it. Can't make it bigger. I can do that, I guess. What's that going to do for me? That opens that part up, but it still doesn't give me a clickable button to click the closed. I don't want to really sign out because that will kick me out of my total thingamajigger. What other way can I get out of this? Let me try. Alright, let's do CL. We'll try that. Load up something totally different, maybe.
That's what happens when you take your eye off the screen.
I know. What happened? What happened? Hey, J. Doss, howdy. TL Criddle, Boomer Nation. Yep. Old guys and gals got to hang together. Yeah, I can't see nothing. I can't do anything. This screen is froze, and it's overlaying my other screen here. Now it's got it all messed up. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to call it because I can't do anything without restarting this. I've tried clicking elsewhere, and I don't want to. And let me try Control-Alt-Delete in case it shows multiple instances of this program. Probably don't.
There it goes.
There it goes. That took care of it. All right, that worked. Oh, Addie, never mind. Never mind.
Access averted.
Maybe. Why don't I have a background now? Over here. Oy vey. Trading View. Properties. Let's see here. I don't need that one. I can do it with this one here. I can do that. What am I on here? YM. YM. Let me see which one I got loaded up over here. ES. So I want to do that one. And we're here, Trading View. What did I say? ES. ES, which is right there. All right. That should work. Let me minimize that, get that out of my road. All right, what do we look like? I got a black background over there on the YouTubes. Did this pop up yet? Nope. Come on. It's always a delay on all this stuff. So you're gonna have a black background now. Anyhow. Oh, croissant. Okay, I hope the public learns and earns. I hope so too. This is a free service of AmericanDreamTrading.com. This is but a tip of the iceberg of what we do here. We have one member or one viewer already is going to take advantage of the free 2-day offer. And why did I lose my trading view there? Didn't it just pop up there a second ago? What's going on with this thing? Dinky dinky dink. No, it's because this thing lost connection to it, I think. Oh, here we go. Let's try that. Yes. Let me get this up here. Let me get this here. Pull this down. Yes. Bang. Bang, 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 bang. Just don't load up this time. This thing's locked up. All right, there we go. Now, well, we should have something fancy in the background now. Okay, that'll work. What the heck is this over here? Task Manager. All right, close that out. All right. Now I got my screen back to where I can see what the heck's going on, even though you couldn't see it. What are the questions we have? James L's in the house. What else we got going? Hey, James, we came to the conclusion about Jeopardy. You get 5 seconds to answer the question, like real Jeopardy. Either you know the answer or you don't. That saves all them cheaters from cheating with ChatGPT. Bang. Yay or nay? Move on. Next question. Bang. Next question. Of course, a bunch of old people on there playing that game, and ain't no wonder it takes longer. They must be giving bonus seconds for old people or something. I don't know. I'd go in there, clean that game up. Tell Dawn she needs to play that on a Thursday night so I can come play. Or even on Monday night. I just can't do Tuesday nights. I got rehearsals on Tuesday nights. Got to jam with the band. You said you take red trades, but you always have green days. How is that so? That means I end up at the end of the day with green days. I haven't had a red day actually since November. I've gotten better at what I do. Again, that didn't happen overnight, right? Yes, it's very rare. We have multiple members that haven't had green days. I have red trades every day. Red trades, but I also trade a lot every day too, right? So I end up green. In other words, I'm profitable every day. I have been since Thanksgiving last year. Does that sound right? Yeah. No, sometime in November of last year. Can't tell you. It was right before. I think it was a week before Thanksgiving was the last red day I had. I do have red trades. I lose money on trades every day. I do dumb things, right? Enter trades I shouldn't. But I am more careful about what trades I do enter. And trading futures, it's, I can get in and get out and trade some more and make up for losses. Part of it is through skill and experience, right? And screen time. It's not bragging, it's just a fact, right? I've developed a skill over these this is my 3rd year of trading, right? Over the last 2.5 plus years of doing this every single day, 12 hours a day, right? My skills have advanced more than they were even this time last year. So, yeah, so that's a good thing, right? I mean, it's no big deal if I end up with a red day, but I haven't I'll sit here until I make sure I don't, right? I'll do little trades just to make sure. And I try to avoid unnecessary dumb risk. I mean, it's bad enough I do enter in dumb trades all day long once in a while. That's when you just need to reel it back in and figure out what you're doing, right? And I'm trusting my indicators more now, and I am a better charter, so I know where all the historical levels are, right? So if that answers your question there, Johnny. Doesn't mean I'm the world's greatest trader. Doesn't mean that by anything. It just means I end up green positive in the money, right? That could be $1 or it could be $1 million, right? As long as I'm green at the end of the day, right? That's what matters. It's not the end of the world if I'm not. It just has worked out that way, right? Here's ES pulling back. Yes, sir.
Be hedged asked, and you go over this quite a bit, so, not looking for advice yet, would you mind sharing what you look for in the charts before entering?
Sure, I can answer that in about, well, it actually takes me longer to explain it than what it takes me to actually do it in real life, right? So, this is one of the things I learned from Coach here at AmericanDreamTrading.com, and you too can learn this skill because we're not a call-out group, right? We want you to be educated and to develop a skill over time so that you can decide on your own when I want to enter a trade or when I don't, right? That way you're not dependent on some old dude you just run across here on the internet, right? Like me, right? Once you develop a skill, not even I can take it away. Coach can never take away my skill. If Coach ceases to exist, I'll still be able to wake up tomorrow and do this, right? I would be sad, but... So anyway, I tried never to trade anything, and it's pretty much true now because futures only has so many things you can trade, right? I don't trade anything without it being charted out, all right? What I mean by charted out, let's see these white lines I got drawn on my chart, and you can make them whatever color you want. I just do white, right? Shows up better when you're sharing your screen. I'm a moderator, so I share my screen all day long, okay? These are historical levels. Well, how did I get my historical levels? Well, and I don't trade ES this much, so there shouldn't be that many lines on here. I don't know. Might be a lot of lines. Yeah, see all those? Never mind. Here, here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm just going to, because I need to do this anyway, I'll just go ahead and erase them all right here in front of you. Erase 136 drawings. No, we'll keep the locked ones until I see how many there is. There's a lot. Anyway. All right, so what I would do, this is a 4-hour. This is how everybody does it a little differently, but the gist of it's the same. It's your chart. You do it. I have a 52-week mark, high up here marked. That's just for me. That's all. So what I'm looking at, some people start with a month, a day, or week, whatever. I do 4 hours and 2 minutes. That's how I chart. Because I'm lazy, I don't want to spend all the time doing it, quite frankly. So I open up my chart. I start out here with a 4-hour. Let me take these mute these indicators here so it's hide the indicators. There we go. So now I can see lines on my chart. Let me get rid of this thing here too. So I got a full chart. All right, so now I have lines on the chart. What I'm looking for is historical levels. Each one of these candles is a 4-hour time period over time of trading, right? So what I'm looking for, as you can see here, see how this come up here, that 52-week high and stop? So what I'm looking for is multiple hits at the same area. And you can see, right, the peaks are easy to see, the valleys down here. So I look here, I can put my cursor there. Is it hitting anywhere else, the bottom of the candles or the top of the candles there? Well, if it is, well, then I know I can draw a level there, right? Bang. So now I got a level there. So now I can trade that. I can just do the same thing over and over and over and over again, right? So I'll do this. Now, this is at, what is it at now? 6,300, right? Do I need to do this clear down to $1? Do you think ES is ever going to go to $1? Obviously not, right? Never was $1, right? So what I'm doing is I'm going through here. I'm trying to find where there's multiple hits. Oops, didn't need that one on there. Erase that. Put that one over by accident. There we go. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to redo these anyway. So now I'll go back and I'll just keep charting, and I go back as far as I need to get the information that I need. You know, and I'll go up above where it currently is, and I'll go down below where it currently is. Right now, 52-week high. You know, that's as high as it's been, right? So there's nothing up here, any data up here for me to chart because it doesn't exist. It's not been that high, right? I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm just assuming that's true, right? So I'll chart down here a little lower in case it happens to crash out, right? What did I do there? So I'll just do this over and over and over, right? Then I'll break it down. Now, whether I started with a month or day or whatever, it doesn't matter, right? This is just how I do it, to be quick about it. It's taking me actually longer to tell you how I do it than it does to do it, right? So I just stretch this out, and I'm looking at the big picture. Now here's a 2 minute, right? Again, I'm just doing this just for show, right? I'm not trying to be real accurate here, but I'm going bang, right? Put in a line there. Do I have, here's a whole bunch, see how these all top off together here, right? Bang. So let's just pretend I've done all this and I got all my work. Now I'm ready, I can trade it, right? So now I can go to a 1 minute chart. I can stretch this out if I'm going to scalp, right? So what I'm looking for now is, where's my historical levels? Where is this thing peaked at? Well, I can see I need another line right here, right? There's a peak right here, right? Bang, right? I might even want to tighten that up a little bit down to here, right? It doesn't matter if it breaks through, because they will. And then these things don't always stop dead on it, right? You can see I drew a line here. These here nailed it, right? These here all stopped there, as did these. But yet there's one that breaks through here and there. And that's okay. Don't worry about that. You want to get where you get multiple hits. So now I have a roadmap, because generally, statistically, be hedged, they are going to respect these lines, right? Meaning people will buy and sell when they hit these historical levels. So when it goes up, we call that resistance. When it hits the line going down, it's called support. And people will buy and sell before it hits these lines. They'll wait. So I use these historical levels, as does the rest of us, right? Knowing where these are at, because if you know where, if I know where they're at, guess who else knows where they're at? The other millions of people that are trading, right? So they all know. This is no trade secret, okay? This is just common charting, right? Charting 101, right? So now I have some points of decisions on here, I call it, right? So as these go up and down, I need to make a decision. What am I going to do if this continues? And there's no guarantee it will, either down to here or up to there, right? And it could stop between here. One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to put a line on every candle. You're looking for basically historical ranges. So let's say this is going to pull down. Well, it may pull down to here, because look how many times it hit down here and stopped. So it may come down. Now with my training and all that, this could be a triple bottom, and I know that historically that bounces off there, so I may want to sell before it gets there. So this is where all your other training comes in. What's a triple bottom, double top, yada, yada, yada. But as far as entry, I'm basing it on historical levels, all right, whether I'm going to enter. Now, to sweeten the pot and make my decision even more, make it better, I guess, all right? I have Coaches 3.0 indicators on here as part of my paid membership, right? This comes with paid membership, not on the premium level, not on the base level, but anything VIP on up, and crypto and futures. So the premium one, you don't get this with it. So this also helps me. Now I have a regression channel that automatically adjusts. I have my indicators. So now I'm using my historical levels and my EMA indicator, 9, 21, 55, VWAP into 200, okay? So now this paints a whole lot more better picture for me when to enter, right? And I will put all these, once you understand how all these work in conjunction, this is a whole novel right here. I can decide within fractions of a second, do I want to enter this trade? And my answer right now is 0, none. No, I do not. Will I enter? Could I enter this trade? Yes. If it breaks and holds below this level here, it would even be better if down here. Or if it goes up and up this way, it's got to get above this blue line here, and I can play it up to this level and maybe consider exiting, right? See this giant pull here at the end of the day? Typical, right? And what is it doing? It's bouncing off the 200 MA, and I would expect that to happen. What else do I know? I know that's a big gamma candle that I can play that retracement up to the upside for a 50% profit to the upside, right? Now, it already did it once, so I missed my opportunity. But I can play this for a potential profit to the upside. Now, this is power hour, right? This already came down and bounced, by the way. But there, I could do that retracement, that bounce off the 200, right? Again, this has already bounced once, but it may still do it, right? So there's $1,200 I locked in, basically, for that bounce back up halfway. And that was the first time it came down, then it bounced. And it came back down, bounced, and didn't go back up. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. I'm using a whole confluence of all these different factors, and I'm making a decision within seconds, literally seconds. I can go over here right now and look. Here's gold right here. See gold? I'm going to click on that and tell you right now, within as fast as I can, would I enter this trade, and if yes or no, why? All right. There's gold. Will I enter this trade? Absolutely not. Why? Because it's all jammed up in these indicators. It's flat. There's no movement to it, right? And to the upside, it would have to break and hold above this right here. So I would not play that to the upside. I would only play this to the downside if it breaks through this level right here. And it's not doing any of that. It's consolidating. See? So based using that stuff, we can make those decisions that quick. Doesn't come, first day on the job, right? Any more that you would be an expert lathe operator if you've never ran a lathe before, right? Somebody could teach you how to turn it on, but that don't make you a lathe operator, does it? Right? So it takes time to develop a skill to be able to use it properly. And before you know it, you can make a broomstick, right? or a leg lamp or something, whatever, right? So there's a lot to it, but the decisions that you make to enter a trade happen very rapidly once you understand the novel that's in front of your face here, okay? And it don't take but seconds, right? And by doing so, I can go over here, oh my gosh, I'm gonna enter that right now, bang. I can get in there, my stop loss is already set, I can go, oh, boom, I'm taking my profit. It also helps me decide when to get out of a trade, right? Helps me decide when to get in and when to get out, right? All right. I don't know if that helped you or made you more confused, but these are the skills we help you develop over time, right? It's not hard. It's not easy, but it's not hard. It's overwhelming at first, right? It's like anything else, right? If I gave you a book that was written in Greek or Spanish or whatever, Russian, you don't know anything about those languages, would your brain hurt and you wouldn't know what to do, right? But if I start teaching a little bit of the Greek language, you would slowly, little by little, learn to understand it. And before long, you'd be able to read a book in Greek, right? Read a book in Russian, whatever, right? Takes time. And it is overwhelming at first. So just got to be patient, that's all. All right. So hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Make sure you grab that Discord. Say hi if you haven't already. You can be with us Thursday and Friday. Reminder, I will not personally be here tomorrow, but the show must go on. There'll be a very special guest host tomorrow that you don't want to miss. I scoured the earth from top to bottom, and I went from the very first page on the internet that was ever created to the very last page. I got to the actual end of the internet and found the person to fill in tomorrow for me, who will be here tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So you don't want to miss that. It will be interesting to say the least. All right, I'll tell you. You twisted my arm. Coach will be filling in for me tomorrow. You don't want to miss that. Get your education on. Get some entertainment on. Make sure you're here tomorrow. Support Coach. Say hi. All right? So Coach himself will also be he'll be doing the morning show from 9 to 11, and he will be doing the Futures broadcast also, starting at 2 p.m. tomorrow. So Coach has a long day tomorrow. So anyway, make sure you don't miss it. Make sure that notification button's on, right? Other than that, what other questions we have here? And I don't see any. So thank you, Be Hedged. I don't know if you signed up or not, but you know where to do that at. AmericanDreamTrading.com. Grab that free, absolutely free Discord. It's always been free. It always will be free. We don't charge for our Discord, nor do we sell a $9.95 PDF file on the top 10 things to know before you trade. Do these 4 things to become a successful trader and drive a Lambo by the end of the day. Yeah, whatever. That's all hogwash. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, right? It takes time to develop a skill. So don't be in a hurry, right? Be patient. One of the things we say here is train more, trade less. Can you start with $100? Yeah, you can. Some brokers will let you open an account with it, but no, realistically, no, you can't. Ideally, you'd probably want $1,000 would be better. There are some contracts you can trade for under $1,000. You can do the micro Dows, $75. The micro Russell, $71. Micro NASDAQ is 167, and the micro ES is 117. Problem with only having 100, okay, if you could trade the micro Dow, well, what happens when you have a bad trade and you lose money? Now you can't trade, right? So you can. Now, Webull requires a $500 minimum to open up a futures account, okay? That's Webull. Some brokers don't have a minimum. Some brokers have a higher minimum, right? So, but ideally, you should have more than 500 in there just to make it. If you have some bad trades, now you don't have any money in there to be able to afford to buy a contract. You know what I mean? Because you will have red trades. You will lose money, right? Hopefully your winnings exceed your losses. So, anyhow, did I just see, where's that at? Where'd it go? Thought I saw. Yeah, so to be realistic, yeah, actually 1,000 or more is a lot better, right? It gives you some wiggle room, right? But there's brokers out there. You can go open an account for $50. It doesn't matter. You can't trade anything basically. You can't trade anything basically for $50. So what good would it do? You know what I mean? So if you don't have that kind of money right now, just save up for it. Wait and do it right. You know what I mean? You don't need any money to learn how to trade futures. You need to get the education first. You need to invest in your education before you go investing, throwing money out and trading, right? It's a waste of your time. All you're going to do is wreck your account if you're not educated on how to do this. It's not as easy as it seems, but it's not as hard as it looks either, right? But education's everything. The best investment you will make is in your own education, right? Educating yourself pays the greatest dividends, as someone said 200 plus years ago. That would be Ben Franklin. Do you think that saying is still true today? I think it is. What time is it on the clock on the wall? It's time to go home, I guess. We'll call it a day. Thank you all for being here. We are live here at AmericanDreamTrading.com 3 times daily. Coach is live from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm live from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, except for tomorrow. Coach will be filling in for me. And we have the aftermarket show over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Make sure you go over to our YouTube channel where you'll find over 2,000 absolutely positively free training videos for you to watch at your own leisure. Make sure you go also to AmericanDreamTrading.com. Grab that free Discord where once you get in there, you can interact with other members of American Dream Trading and discuss trades, ask questions, etc. There's even some free educational materials, videos, and documents in there that you can peruse through at your leisure. There's also some discount things going on in there. Anyway, you can check in there, say hi, tell them that you came from the future. That way we know where you heard about us. We are, upon conclusion of all of our live broadcasts, they are available for immediate review over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. So if you have missed any of our live feeds, they're all over there. You can go back and watch them at your leisure. I'm glad you could be here today. Make sure that anybody you come in contact with for the rest of the day that you would be a positive influence in their life, because you never know what's hiding behind somebody's while they're smiling at you. They may be having the worst time in their life, and you are the only one there that has the chance to brighten their day. So be that positive influence. I'm glad you all could be here today, and I thank you for being here today. We will see you same time, same bat channel tomorrow. Goodbye.